Welcome to this video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and activate the bell, and let us leave you with an enjoyable watch. How to create free work. 10 common problems are facing Fried and how to overcome them. If you are interested in more control and freedom in your career, the free work is your best choice. Using and escalate the frequency of work in conjunction with the COVID-19 virus that has left many staff unresolved by the repercussions of the financial crisis. This is the confidence of persons with access traditional, where the employee depends on the collection of his income on the other. In contrast, free action gives your personal account is great in time control and the ignorance and the way you choose to perform your own skills. These large numbers of the next business are free to freelancing. It is necessary to prepare yourself for free work and independent work. What is free work? Freelance. Basically, the independent function is the function where the person works for himself, not for a company. While independents do contracts for companies and institutions, they are finally working for their own account. Self-employed, responsible for all kinds of things that are not borne by traditional staff, such as determining their working hours, tracking time spent in vomitable projects, paying invoices to customers, payment and taxes. Self-employed staff is not considered staff by companies working, but contractors. Free areas of work. Recently, domains that can fall below have expanded free business lists. You can say you'll find an independent work in almost every area. Where independent acts of small temporary projects vary into long-time projects. Among the mirror fields of free and freelance work: computer and IT, accounting and human financial resources, editorial and audit, language, project management, translation, input, data analysis, software development, technical support. But besides all the features that gives you free work, there are definitely obstructions if you are frustrating from customers who are trying to tell you how to do the work and employed to do, or slow down the payment process. In this article we highlight the highlights of 10 challenges you face as a free agent, and the mechanism of dealing with them. Highlighting free work challenges and how to overcome them. Find customers. Promise to find customers and stick to them. The first great challenge facing independent workers, but also a continuous challenge. The more the number of jobs you make, has become found for new. But this takes time, so you have patience and positive. To help show yourself and advertise your services, mastermind these 3. Develop your presence online. As an independent, you are your brand. You need every brand to marketing, so you are developing from your online presence so customers can find you already. Set up your website and update your personal files on LinkedIn, Google+, and Twitter with relevant details. Be proactive. Send an email to everyone you know who may need your services and tell them that you are looking for work. Continue with old customers, and know whether they have new jobs and ask certificates to submit on your website. The mysterious customer and his duties. Mysterious tasks do not waste your own time and withdraw, but also cost customers more money long. In some cases, customers do not be sure of their needs, their goals, and hope that the worker himself can be able to determine. At other times, customers do not want to abuse you via exaggeration in their instructions. Whether you are a debtor, designed or otherwise, the lack of details on the needs of the client and its objectives can be a major obstacle. As an independent, you can save time and trouble through insisting that customers explain their expectations before starting work. In the case of doubt, formulate a contract explaining what you will do and limits the number of reviews you will have. Otherwise, you may end up to restore the project in the way that you find appropriate if the customer is not clear in its decisions. The exaggeration in checking. As an independent, you probably want to know your client what is looking for before you set. However, this does not mean you need to stick to your person here until you complete the task. Customers who manage tasks can accurately leave for their own accountants who feel tense and frustrated and prevent them from doing their best. In some cases, You may feel forced to complete the task according to the specifications of the exact client instead of exploring other solutions that may provide super results. To reduce this problem, struggling to put limits with the client from the first day. If you are familiar with answering emails or answering text messages in midnight, you will be difficult to stop this behavior constantly. Unsatisfied clients as an employee at free work may be very frustrating. Work with unreliable clients who are regular but do not miss. Similarly, it may be difficult to plan for your time if customers gives you down late jobs on schedule. To prevent this, you can seek clear expectations for customers in advance. While you cannot force customers to deliver the size of the work they promised or do this on time, you must think of imposing an extra charge on urgent functions. It is also wise to work with a variety of customers, so I will not leave bankrupt if someone fell from the face of the earth. Double contact and communication. If your client cannot communicate with you constantly, it is possible to be in the way, and it is. This problem is particularly common among companies that have not been working with independents. These companies often forget that you are not present in the office for meetings, and interest cuts and may not cost the same as possible. For best results, select the forecasts in advance for the amount and type of comments asked for them. Low-value offers often assume companies can provide money through low-income independent workers for their services. This practice does not only thwart independent employees, but also tend to receive lousy products. When it comes to free work, it is important to fully get what the service you offer. As a factor at the free work, it is important to trust the business and put them a phased price. If companies try to pay you less than they deserve, it is natural to feel frustrating. To minimize and prevent it, you will be published clearly on your website or social accounts for action. Or at least, agreement on the compensatory price prior to the work will ensure you get as much fate. The late payment is another frustrating problem facing free business workers, which is to face a client delayed in payment for the work you have accomplished, or does not pay at all at times. This problem is mainly established because of the lack of financial resources owned by customers, thereby calling for your rights or hopes to be naturally. Unfortunately, there is no radical solution to get rid of this problem as long as you do not deal with the customer through common free work platforms. If he was dealing across it, the platform can guarantee you your right. If you fall into a client's trap, the best does not offer the project you have fully worked before making sure the customer pays your dues. The working time management effectively looks an idea that your boss is attractive, but this responsibility extends to every aspect of your business. You are alone in your time. The commitment to the deadlines is necessary to retain customers, so do not postpone work without calling or leaving jobs until the last minute. Also be sure not to do a lot of work. This is something that has made most independents at some point. The management of free work time begins and ends with a strong record of everything you do. You need to keep accurate accounts for all your business for billing and self-evaluation. There are a lot of time tracking applications that can understand all your hours and rates across customers and projects. These applications help you focus more and track your business to provide the best possible productivity. In free work, you head yourself. When you work according to your own, it is easy to disperse your attention, especially when you are not particularly enthusiastic. While taking rest periods is a healthy part of work, the sequential obstruction is slipped. If you are working according to the principle of time is money, the empty time spent in postponing the work accumulates quickly. So be strict with yourself. You no longer have a head anymore. You are responsible for stimulating yourself and discipline. Put a clear tag for the starting date of work and stop and take convenience periods of work. Turn your phone in flight mode or log off social media. If you are really struggling to motivate yourself to finish a large project, so that yourself as a break and try to procrastination construction work on other small tasks, such as reply to emails or recording hours. The recession periods in free work takes time to create a regular flow of work, and even once you have received it, There is no guarantee that it will continue. Regardless of whether you are an independent or fascinating writer, there will always be peak periods and decline in your workload. One day the repeated applications are ignored, and the following day send an email to old clients begging them to send you work. There is no real way to resolve this challenge for free work, it's just nature for the job. Just know that even the best self-employed workers suffer from dry attacks. Try to accept the unpredictability of free work, and there is no need to panic when the work is reduced for a while. The only thing you can do is to prepare yourself for those low-income months. This means providing as much as possible during your consequences. And thanks for watching the video. Goodbye.